Yo, what up, dogs? Last night I went and saw The Pope's Exorcist starring Russell Crowe. I went to the 7 o'clock showing on a Tuesday, which is cheap night in my town, and I think there was about at least 20 people in the theater. And once the movie finished, I think we all felt like we enjoyed the movie. The people clapped. There was chatter amongst friends about like what happened in the movie. And in general, when I left the theater, I liked the movie. I thought it was a good time and it was an enjoyable film. And I'll be honest with you, I am a sucker for this type of film. And I don't know what this type of film is as a genre. I want to call it like religious fantasy or I don't know, man, historical fantasy. I don't know what to call it, but I really love it. Like movies like what am I thinking of here? Stigmata, End of Days, um, Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp. I think that's the movie he's in. Like I like that type of film where they use like religious concepts and ideas and biblical stuff to tell a story about demons and gates to hell and occult stuff. Like I'm a sucker for it. So this movie was right up the alley for me. Like I enjoyed every minute of this film. Russell Crowe plays a character named Gabrielle. I can't remember his last name, but he is based on a real character or human, a person even, who is the Pope's exorcist, and he has a few novels out there too. This movie is based off of one of his stories. He essentially goes around and does exorcists. Now, not all the exorcists are traditional exorcisms. He knows this as time has gone on. He knows the difference between psychological, mental abuse and trauma, and knows that this isn't a dynamic possession, but he's also dealt with demons possessing people as well. But he's very well versed in what is happening and what is real and what is fake and what is play and all that stuff. But in this instance, he is told to go to, I think it's called St. Anne's Abbey or the Abbey. And the Abbey is owned by a small family. Her husband died and this was left to them in his will. Like it was his main possession or something, a property possession. So they have to go to Spain and live. Now, once this family is chilling in Spain, the building itself is being renovated, and during the renos, they have unwillingly opened or released or awoken an ancient demon that possesses the small boy named Henry, if I recall. So Henry's possessed and he needs the exorcism help of Gabrielle, and then this is where the movie picks up. Like it's a really well paced film, and because I felt like it was, but I was glued. I'm telling you guys, I'm a sucker for this stuff. So I'm probably not the best review either, because I just gobble this stuff up. So Gabrielle shows up to the Abbey, and now it's like a mystery, right? Like he has determined that Henry is definitely under demonic possession. So now he's got to like become an investigator, and he starts investigating the Abbey for clues, which he's like, oh, I've seen stuff here. So him and the other priest, I forget his name, are like investigating, and they go into like the basement of the house where they find like the ancient imagery of the two crosses or the two keys, which is like some religious symbolism. I forget what it actually stands for, but they open it up and they go into this new chamber. And the chamber, to be honest, the set pieces in this film are really, really well done. I love the underground chamber, and just the catacombs of it looked so cool. And then there's a second layer that they go to that's even cooler and even more crazy. And as they're traveling through this, you're learning more about the history of the exorcism in religion and in the like just in general. And again, they're giving me all this stuff to just gobble up. I'm eating every piece of it. And like they find this character who's sitting on this like throne, and he looks so cool, and he has like all this like, you know, biblical arch like cool stuff. It's just cool. Just looks cool. And like they pull out a book from his stomach, and oh, there's so many cool things going on here, right? And they start reading this ancient diary of this exorcist who's like the original exorcist, and it's just so cool, man. Like, I'm watching this film going, I want a prequel or a separate movie about this dude who's in this tomb. I want that story because it's just hot. Like, it's a hot idea. So yeah, it's just so cool, man. I enjoyed every minute of it. But as he's doing this investigating of this tomb, they learn the name of the demon. And if you know the name of the demon, that makes him weaker as you chant his name during prayers. So anyways, fast forward. You already know what happens. I'm not spoiling anything at all. And you already know who's going to win. So do with that as you will. But man, I enjoyed this film. It was just fun. It was just fun. You know, and there's like, oh, there's a beautiful shot. There's a beautiful shot in this. There's a couple really beauty shots in this. But there's one where the image of Mary comes out of this water that's in the tomb where they're hanging out for the final battle, and you just see this vision of Mary with the sunbeam coming down on her, and she just looks so cool and beautiful, and the father is like praying to her, but like chaos ensues. Obviously it's the demon, but it just looks so cool. There's a shot of it where you see him praying to her, and just the lighting and everything looks beautiful. Anyways, I do recommend this movie. especially if you like this type of stuff. Like, if I wanted to sit there and be nitpicky about it, I'm there to be entertained, my friends, and I was entertained. But again, like I said, I'm a sucker for this type of content, so maybe I'm the worst to be entertained by this, maybe. But also, I left the theater happy, going, that was a fun time. Especially on a cheap night. Like, if you just want to go to the movies on a cheap night, you want something to see with your girl, who's going to jump from the jump scares and stuff like that, you're going to jump from the jump scares. I jumped. There was a couple scares, and I was like, oh, damn, you got me. But in general, it's a fun time. So maybe wait until it comes out on video, or stream it, or whatever. But I do recommend you at least give it a chance, because it is cool. And, like, you know what? The ending was cool, and, like, they could easily make a sequel because of how they end it. I'm like, man, give me another one. I don't care. This movie might not do good in the box office. It might not make its money back. But give me a sequel. I'll definitely go back again. Give me The Pope's Exorcist 2. Whatever you want to call it, I'm there for it. And give me the prequel about the original Exorcist and his battle at St. Anne's. Yeah, give me that. Give me those two films. I don't even know if they'll make money, but just, you know what, give me the budget. I'll make it for $100 million. And we can make this happen, because there's some really cool nuggets and ideas in this film that could really be built upon to make some cooler, whatever, man. I enjoyed it. Sue me. I'm too positive when it comes to films. Too positive in this. I'm too positive in this game, this review game. Anyways, go see it. I hope you guys all have a good week. Enjoy whatever movie you're watching, man, because like it's entertainment, man. It's supposed to be fun. And if you go and see this movie, or if you have seen this movie, leave a comment. Tell me what you thought, and also tell me what you thought of this review. And that's all I got for you. Have a good week, everybody. Peace.